Have you ever had a bad day? Yes, I suppose all of you have. I myself have too. As I can remember, one day in the morning, I got up late for school. And it was 7 o'clock already when I got up. And my class started at 7:30. So in a rush manner, I got changed, tied my messy hair from bed, grabbed the bag and left home to school without washing my face, brushing my teeth, and even paying. I arrived at school at 7:35, and then I found myself in a real dilemma. I wanted to go to the toilet, but at the same time, I needed to go to the classroom too, because I was afraid of missing the attendance checking. But you know what? I didn't want to pay myself and couldn't imagine myself wearing a wet skirt entering the classroom. So I decided to go to the toilet before going to the classroom. But there, the toilets were all occupied, and while waiting for my turn, I was standing in this posture, for God's sake. But then, when I realized that, a girl was coming out from the toilet, and I switched into this posture instead for the sake of being cool. And after doing my business in the toilet, I rushed to the classroom only to learn that, oh my God, I got an absent for the class already. Very good day to start. And this is one example of how Murphy's Law shows up in real life. Murphy's Law says anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And, to put it in a simple word, if things can go wrong and go right at the same time, then they will simply choose to go wrong instead of going right. It's really hard to tell why, but it's just the way things are. For example, it's ridiculous, I know, but only when it's ridiculous can things go wrong. And only when it's ridiculous can Murphy's Law show up in our life. For example, we are usually very punctual, but we tend to arrive late for special occasions such as tests, exams, interviews, and meetings. And I bet that at least one in your lifetime you have experienced this kind of, the one of the example, I believe. And the toilets are usually occupied when you're almost, dying from holding your pee or sometimes poo, but they are mostly available when we just go there for little hair checking and selfie. And you know what? My lecturer always check the attendance then at the very beginning of the class when I come late and at the very end of the class when I come early. I guess you can feel that too. This is really hard to tell why Mr. Murphy exists, but all we know is just that Murphy keeps showing up in our life every day. Murphy's Law is just like a trap. The trap that always waiting for us to get in any time, especially when we are careless and especially when we are taking this trap for granted. But don't try to stretch yourself questioning Mr. Murphy. Hey, Mr. Murphy, why do you exist? Why you keep coming up to in my life? I don't like you. It's totally, useless, believe me. The reason is that even if, let's say that you can know why Mr. Murphy exists, but still you cannot get rid of him out of your life. Am I right? So a good way to deal with Mr. Murphy is to show how cool we can be when we meet him. And this is how I reacted when I met Mr. Murphy. I know that I got an absence for the class, but I still remember that I still have other 7 left, so stay cool. Murphy's Law is like a trap, so please be careful if you don't want to get trapped by this law so often. But let's say if you are trapped by this law already, act cool always, because you don't have any chance, you don't have any better option. Life is about being cool, So living the coolest life you can today, regardless of how bad your today might be. And be careful and be grateful if you're having a good day. Please remember that tomorrow can be best, because anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and it is a friendly reminder from Mr. Murphy. Thank you.